Hello you guys, Jay Asher. I'm Jay Asher, and today I'm going to answer some questions that people have sent in. It's sort of like a blog video thing, I guess, but here we go. So the first questions are more of facts about myself, like when I was born and stuff, so I'll start with that because it's faster. It's easier, I guess. Okay, so the first question is, when were you born? I was born September 30th, 1975, so that makes me 38 now. Yeah, 38. Next one is, where were you born? I was born in Arcata, California. Do I have any siblings? I do, sadly. I have a younger brother. His name is Nate. Do you have any kids? Yes, I do. I have a boy. His name is Isaiah Nathan. I had him with my wife, Joan Marie. Then it skips to, where did I go to college? I went to college in Cuesta Community College and at Cal Poly St. Luis Obispo, where I left during my senior year. I left. Then it says, okay, so I've had many jobs before, and that's no lie. And this question is asking me if I could name some of them. And I will, but I'm going to warn you guys that it's going to take a while because I've had a lot of jobs. Most of the jobs are dealing with books, so there's really no surprise in why and how. No surprise of me being an author because I've worked with books a lot. Okay, now to list the jobs. I've worked for an independent bookstore, for a chain bookstore, an outlet bookstore, 2 public libraries, a shoe store, a trophy shop, and an airline. So most of my jobs were dealing with books. So, you know, like I said in the beginning, no surprise I became an author. Then it says, another question says, rumor has it your first writing award was very tasty. Can you tell us about it? It's a good one. My first writing award, it was actually, I won, it was like a certificate. It gave me a free smoothie every day for a year. So, I'm not gonna lie, I got chubby that year, you know. It was so good. I'm not gonna lie, it was really good. Best award I've gotten so far, or not best, tastiest. Yeah, another one says, let's find it. Another one says, how did you know you wanted to pursue writing? Well, I've always liked writing. I've never been really good in art or music or any of those kind of things, but writing, I was always good at writing. Writing was something that made me confident. It was a creative outlet for me, and you know, that was my thing. And so I've always liked writing. Sorry. I always liked writing. But I knew that I knew what kind of writing I wanted to pursue after college. I took a history class of children's literature. Yeah, I really wanted to write humorous books for children. But then I wrote 13 Reasons Why, so I guess I like both young adults and children's books, mostly, yeah. That's when I knew, but I've always really liked writing. Okay, another one. Another one says, let's see, getting ahead of myself there. It says, another one says, 13 Reasons Why. Can you tell us more about it? Okay, 13 Reasons Why. I'm proud of this book, I'm not gonna lie. This book, let me get it actually. I have a copy of it. I know, cheesy, but here you go. "13 Reasons Why." It's about, it explains stuff in the back, basically, but okay, I'll tell you. It explains how, okay, this girl named Hannah Baker, she kills herself, but before killing herself, she makes these videos, these tapes, that she later then, before she dies, she sends to people. She sends to people who will hear them, and in the tapes she explains the reasoning why she killed herself and the thoughts going through her mind before she did that. So she explains herself. That's what she does. She explains herself in the books, in the tapes, and she lets people know. In the tapes, there's people's names, and the tapes go to these certain people. These certain people, they were part of the reason she wanted to kill herself. Part of the reasoning. And in the tapes, there's this guy named Clay. Clay Jensen. He gets the tapes, and in the book, he's listening to the tapes, and the book has his thoughts of the tapes and what he's feeling when he's hearing them. And yeah, he's part of the book because he's really important to the book too. Him and Hannah are like two narrators. There's two narrators. The book has Hannah talking, and it has Clay's thoughts. So yeah, that's pretty much 13 Reasons Why. Put that over there. Let's see another one. Let me choose. Alright. What inspired 13 Reasons Why? Well, there's actually two certain events that inspired 13 Reasons Why. One of the events is I went on an audio tour of King Tut's 2 manga. Right away when I heard them, I thought that would be an intriguing way to tell a story, to have the voice and words of one person and the thoughts of another person. So I always thought, right away, that would be really, really cool, you know? And then the second event is when a close relative of mine, she's Hannah Baker's age, she actually tried to commit suicide, and that kind of obviously was a thing that affected it. I spent a lot of time with her, and I talked to her about, me and her talked about why she did what she did, what were the thoughts in her mind when she was doing that. So those two events were the reasons why I made 13 Reasons Why. Do you have a favorite scene in the book? Yes, actually. My favorite scene is the scene between Hannah and Clay when they meet in the party. If you haven't read the book, there's a party and they meet. I worked really hard on that part, and I'm actually really pleased with how it turned out, because I knew that part would be something that all the readers would be anticipating, something all the readers were looking forward to, something that was really important. I spent a lot of time on that one, and I'm actually really pleased with it. Let's see, another question. It's okay. It says, how has recognition for this book felt like? How should I answer that? Well, I feel satisfied when people compliment and admire the writing itself, it makes me feel that my hard work has paid off, that all the time I spent on the book was worth it, you know? But when they compliment the storyline, I feel happy, like I feel happy inside, but it also gives me a sense of being emotionally exposed, because this storyline, or the story, like the suicide, is something that was something personal, you get me? So it leaves me kind of emotionally exposed. But I like that people, it makes me feel good that people like the story and compliment the book. And the last question I'm going to answer says, are you content with the novel being turned into a movie? Yes, really happy. It's becoming a movie. Like everyone, more people are gonna see it, you know, and people are gonna want to read the book, so it's better. And I was actually hoping to get a part in it, maybe, if the director would want to, because I left the Rosie's Diner worker, you know, he doesn't have a name. He doesn't have an age. So, you know, that could be me. Give, you know, the author a little part in it. But yeah. Hopefully, cross your fingers. But I think that is all the questions I'm going to answer. So, thank you for watching if you're watching. Have a good day. Goodbye. Have fun. Good night.